Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and I'm here with another video. Van Jones shows his smiling, goofy teeth once again. Shows his ass once again. The egghead, oh by the way, this is Van Jones right here, Mr. Egghead himself. The guy from CNN, the Caucasian News Network, is being slammed for saying black people must change lifestyles amid COVID virus pandemic. He's saying only us. He's not talking about white people or Asians or Hispanics, even though they deal with the same stuff, some of the same stuff we do when it comes to lifestyle choices involving health, like pre-existing conditions. Now, we understand that, that yes, more black people have to start getting healthier and building up our immune systems, which is a good thing. If we start, I'm trying to lose weight, build up my immune system so that I can live healthier, so I can, survive in situations like COVID-19 pandemics and other pandemics and stuff like that. But we know the real reason why Van Jones is going out doing this message. It's not because he's sincere for his community, the black community. He's a sellout of the black community. He's doing this because he's trying to help the Caucasian News Network make black people the face of the pandemic, even though it's been mostly Asians and whites that have been getting this virus, and even though the virus started in China. Remember, China is also trying to blame it on Africa because, Africa has the less amount of cases, but they want to make black people the face of this pandemic. And we know that Van Jones is a tool for white supremacy and for the lamestream media. So he's just doing that because he's trying to please his slave owners, his white masters, his white handlers. That's what he's really doing. He's not doing this out of the sincerity and heart that he really cares about. He doesn't really care about the black community. He sold out the black community. So he's not doing this because he's sincere and wants the black community improve. And that's why a lot of people are slamming him and calling him out. Here's some tweets. I'm not really going to read this article, but I'm just going to focus on the tweets. Alright, so he was saying that black people need to do the change lifestyles. He's thinking we're children. Now here's what some people are saying on tweets. To claim the choices black people make are primarily responsible for health disparitions. For why black people as a group are more likely to have diseases that make COVID-19 deadly is to say black people as a group are making inferior health choices than white people. Yeah, he's saying that he's not talking about white people need to do better. He's not talking about Hispanic people need to do better. Notice that the lamestream media is not saying that white, Asian, and Hispanics need to do better, but in the media, they want to say only black people are the ones that need to do better. Notice the lamestream media, and they get their minions like your Van Jones, the egghead, to do it. It is saying if black people only make as good choices as white people, then black people would be as healthy as white people, that we can't blame the coronavirus disparities on racism. We must blame some of it on inferior black health choices. Well, that's what your Van Jones. Now here's some more tweets. There are many black individuals who will be healthier if they changed their lifestyles. Urging them to do so can be helpful to those individuals, but urging black people as a group to change their lifestyles as a solve to help disparities between groups is not helpful. There are many, forgive me if I pronounce that one word wrong. There are many white individuals too who would be healthier if they changed their lifestyles too. Why isn't Jones lecturing them among those black and white individuals making poor health choices? Why are black people dying at higher rates? See, yeah, notice that the lamestream media is not lecturing white people and Asians and stuff like that. No, as a matter of fact, when they are victims of some kind of health or drug epidemic or something, they give them tangibles. They give them, stimulus packages and money and stuff like that, and special care. But when it comes to black people, we just get lectures and talking to and being treated like children and being attacked by racist attacks and stuff like that. That's what happens to black people. It's done by this evil lamestream media and the sellouts who are helping racism. Now here's some more tweets. I believe Jones sincerely wants to help black people. Yeah, right. Yeah, like he's only helping himself for his white handlers. I don't think Ben Jones even cares about his own people. And I champion anyone who is striving to save black lives, to save American lives in general. Jones is not like those woolly racist Americans attacking him for not woolly, pointing to black behavior as needed to change. I'll have to debate you on that. Jones thinks racism and black behavior are the problem. I respectfully disagree. The problem is racism. The solution is help to poverty is transforming society, not transforming black people. Now he is right on that. Yeah, society as a whole has mistreated black people, that we end up the victims. See, when our neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, are disproportionately damaged by evil policies from politicians, both Republican, Democrat. You got bills like the crime bill, destroying families and stuff like that. We're not given resources or health care and stuff like that. That leads to why black people are easily the victims of diseases and stuff like that. Not because of just only black behavior choices that may be negative. But your Van Jones don't understand that. Your Van Jones. Alright, here's some more tweets. Again, Van Jones 68 perpetuating the culture narrative that black folks are as responsible for their poor health as are systematic factors, while research has rigidly showed that poverty and inequality are the main factors leading to racialized health disparities. That's exactly right. The racism and poverty, like black people unable to get health care because these companies racially attack black people so that black people can't get things like needs like benefits and health care and other needs because of this racist society that leads to black people in a dangerous situation, like health conditions like COVID-19. But no, Van Jones and the lamestream media wants to only put this on black people, even though the COVID-19 started in China. Alright, here's black people need to take more responsibility for. Alright, it says here. Now here's I want to read this one. Black people need to take more responsibility for our individual health choices. This is always the line. Better choices. The aim to chastised black people, ultimately to justify unfair treatment of them. Shame on you, Van Jones. Yeah, that's exactly right. When the media says that black people or other black people or black salads say we gotta do better, that's justifying that Let's ignore the fact that racism is why black people are in the terrible situation that we're in, that leads us to being vulnerable to situations like pandemics and attacks and stuff like that. No, this is all black people's fault. COVID-19 is black people's fault. That is a lie right there. COVID-19 is not black people's fault. But your Van Jones is just a moron. Does this address social remedies in urban areas? Does this address the dearth of fresh food in some neighborhoods? Does this address institutional racism in medicine? Yes, you got some of these hospitals where they literally purposely kill black people or deny black people certain treatments or tests and stuff like that. Van Jones is not talking about that. This is infuriating. Van Jones 68. Poverty is not the effing choice. Is not an effing choice. Yeah, black people didn't ask to be in poverty or to have health situations or to be victims of racism stuff. Black people didn't ask that. Didn't chose that. Society, racism, these white supremacists, the lamestream media chose that for black people. And we didn't agree on it, but they did it to us anyway. The elements you mentioned are also not about just food. Sir, if you want to talk food, talk about Monsanto. Tyson, talk about desserts. Talk gentrification and Whole Foods. You don't speak on for us. Exactly right. Van Jones is not the voice of black people. Van Jones does not speak for all black people. Van Jones speaks for Van Jones and is a puppet for white supremacy and puppet for the lamestream media. COVID-19 is hitting black, alright. Now here's Van Jones. He's saying, now this is what he is hitting black Americans harder now. What we've done to do, I'm committed to improving in my own health. Yeah, now that's what Van Jones says. Now here's what Tiffany is saying. This is harmful. We can't blame black folks for outcomes that are a result of systematic racism, which is telling us to figure out a way to fix it ourselves ain't helpful. Van Jones shouldn't be allowed to commit on 99% of things he gets paid to comment on. That's exactly right. Van Jones is just a talking head. He's just a figurehead for white supremacy and for the lamestream media. Van Jones is just a coward and a crybaby. Yeah, that's what he is. He's just a coward and a crybaby. That's what Van Jones is. Alright, here's one zookeeper. Van Jones 68. I live in Flint, Michigan. The water is already poisoned and has been for years next to this virus. And we still don't have a grocery store within 5 miles from my neighborhood. No public transportation. Viruses. Help me help my community. They talk about the Flint crisis. Like I said before, Van Jones doesn't really care about the people, black community, even though he's black himself. He's just a talking figurehead for CNN. He's supposed to be the black puppet for CNN and for white supremacy. So Van Jones deserves to get slammed for some of the things he said. He's just a tool. He's just a puppet. Van Jones needs to sometimes shut his mouth. Yeah, look at bald head, egghead freak show with glasses. Yeah. So yeah, Van Jones, you need to shut your mouth. But that's all I have to say. I'll leave a link to this article for y'all to read at your own time in both the description box and comment section. I want y'all to write down in the comment section what you think about this. Make sure Make sure you hit the like button. That helps with notifications. Make sure you share this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification. Also leave links to different accounts for y'all to subscribe to me on. That's all. Whether it be YouTube, Black Junction, Twitter, etc. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Black Junction. YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. It depends on where you're watching this video. And that's all I have to say for now. This is J Dog. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.